Let's talk a little Nvidia here. Nvidia briefly topping Apple as the world's second most valuable company this week, but could the tech darling's run soon hit the brakes? According to S3 Partners, there are about $34 billion in outstanding short bets against the chip giant. That's about the same amount short sellers have bet against Apple and Tesla combined, though, according to data analytics firm. So ultimately, this is all coming ahead of Nvidia's big stock split, where if you look at some of the historical performance 12 months after, and this is according to B of A research, 12 months after you see a stock split, they tend to beat the index. The company initiating the split tends to beat the index here, and the return is typically about 25.4% versus the 11.9% return of the S&P 500 here. But the shorts certainly are adding up, at least in this near-term period of time.
The shorts are adding up, and this is going to be interesting to watch here when you take a look at Nvidia following suit of some of the other larger cap tech names in splitting their stock here over the last several years. I believe it's the fourth Magnificent Seven name to split their stock over the last several years. So you take into account exactly what this will mean for shares ultimately in the short run. It could be a little bit of a boost. It could provide a little bit of a gain here for shares. But like many of the strategists that we have talked to over the last couple of weeks since this was initially announced, they're not exactly expecting this to be the main driver here of the stock. And any sort of movement that we are going to see is going to be more of a blip than anything else. But again, the data from Bank of America was interesting just in terms of that outperformance. But when you take a look at their full chart there, you can see there is clearly a discrepancy when you break it down by decades and the outperformance versus underperformance of what we had seen. But overall, that average was just around 25%. So clearly outpacing those that did not over the last several years.
I know you see me grinning sometime, and it's probably just ignites fear, because it's just like, what the heck is he about to say?